Yes.
So a lot of my busy mind is attempting to find comfort,
Yeah.
and in a way that seems like naturalness. You naturally want to be comfortable,
Yes.
but the mind goes there a lot. Um, so I'm wondering about that as how to deal with that desire for comfort.
Great. The mind is doing a lot after getting become more comfortable. How to deal with that? Actually, it's not a wrong impulse. As I said in the beginning, naturally you are at ease, at peace. And when we are not at ease, at peace, always something is nagging there. Because deep down everybody knows something is wrong. If you are not at ease, at peace, you are not natural. That, that urge to be happy is in everybody. Simply because that joyousness of existence is simply there. It's not something that has to be produced. If we don't prevent it, it's there, comes up to the surface, and we can experience it. So when we feel intention, then we try to somehow not to be intention. Simply in our mind, we've got the news to go a bit wrong about it. That we always hope if I just add this, then I may be comfortable. If I change this external thing, then I may be at ease, then I may be happy. And so we build up all that agenda, how we would like to have things, and then desperately try to bend circumstances according to our agenda. And so most of the time it just doesn't quite work. And so we keep on running and running and running and trying and trying. And if by any chance it works at least to a good extent, that we can bend the circumstances according to our ideas how they should be, then we feel happy, then we feel comfortable. Why? Because for some time we don't torture our mind thinking it should be different, it should be different, that should be different, that should be different. When things are to our liking, when the circumstances are to our liking, then at least to some extent we let go. And in that letting go, that joyousness of existence has a chance, bloop, 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 come to the surface. And then we feel comfortable, we feel happy. And then the situation passes again, and it changes again, and after that we think, I was happy because of this and this and this and this, and we try to reconstruct it. And so we struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle, and even if the comfort is there, even if we set up our situation quite comfortably, then after a short time it becomes commonplace and all that nagging starts again about something should be different. So we have just to somehow learn that letting go that sometimes everybody does, at least to some extent, when they like the situation. That we can do that no matter whether the situation is pleasant or unpleasant. In the meantime, there is nothing wrong having your preferences, that you like certain circumstances better than others, and if you can easily adjust your life, that you are rather being in this place than in that place, fine. But don't make your well-being dependent on it. That's the thing. We're becoming obsessed with the ideas, and when it's a mental obsession, then it's just torturing us all the time until we can bend the circumstances, and then we want to hold them and they go again. And the damn circumstances always change again. It's never staying. So it's nothing wrong to have certain preferences, have certain likes and certain dislikes, as long as you are aware, okay, it's on the mental level, sometimes it's happening, sometimes it's not happening. But when we have our bunch of likes, then we want them to come, and when they are there, we want them to stay, and then they go again, and there we are miserable. Or they don't come, and we are miserable. And then we have our dislikes, and we don't want these things to happen, and then they happen in spite of that. And there we are miserable again. And fighting with them, and feeding them actually, make them bigger by fighting them. But if you can develop that broad-heartedness, that, okay, you put your creative energy in the current, you try to achieve certain things, you try to change certain things, and then maybe it's working out, fine. But if it's not working out, also fine. No big deal. Becoming aware that my well-being is not dependent on the external comfort. If we become dependent on the external comfort, then we are being yanked out of that comfortable situation all the time. And all the time when we are not in that comfortable situation, we are again not happy. But if you are happy, and there don't completely lose yourself in the situation and look what's going on, then more and more you become aware that happiness comes out of yourself. You are the source of your happiness, and not the circumstances, and not the big house, and not the car, and not the relationship, nothing. You are the source of your happiness. If we just learn to let the tensions that we are creating in the mind go, then we become aware that pool of joyousness is always accessible, no matter the circumstances, no matter the external comfort. The more you become aware of that, the less important then you take your ideas how things should be, and then playfully you still can arrange them to your liking if it works, and if it doesn't work, never mind.